A man can be dating multiple women at the same time, enjoying their company, having fun with them. But there's only one woman whose actions and presence make him think, "This is the woman I want to build my future with." I'm Vernon. Today, I'll share 5 things that instantly make a man see you as his future wife. Qualities that speak directly to his soul, not just catch his eye. At any age, whether you're 60, 65, or beyond, being seen as wife material isn't about perfection. It's not about having the perfect body or saying all the right things. It's about possessing those rare, authentic qualities that make a man picture a lifetime with you, not just a good time. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join our growing community of wise, wholehearted women embracing love, growth, and connection after 60. Your presence here makes this space richer. Let's start with the one quality that quietly holds everything else together and often sets a woman apart more than anything else.
Number 1. Emotional stability and kindness. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see, as Mark Twain once said. And nowhere is this more true than in matters of the heart. The first thing that makes a man instantly see you as his future wife is your emotional stability, paired with genuine kindness. Not the performative kindness that seeks approval, but the deep, authentic kindness that flows from a woman who has made peace with herself and life. You see, most men have encountered drama, unpredictability, and emotional chaos in their past relationships. When a man meets a woman who brings peace instead of storms, who responds to conflict with wisdom rather than reactivity, something shifts in his heart. He doesn't just see a girlfriend, he sees home. He sees sanctuary. Emotional stability doesn't mean you don't feel deeply or never have bad days. It means you've developed the beautiful skill of responding rather than reacting. When life throws curveballs, and it will, you meet them with grace. When he makes mistakes, and he will, you address them with love, not warfare. David was in his 60s, dating several women at once. He enjoyed the excitement, the variety, the newness. But then he met Margaret. One evening, David received terrible news about his brother's sudden illness. While other women in his life might have made it about themselves or added to his stress with questions and demands, Margaret simply said, "What do you need right now?" She brought him soup, sat quietly with him, and let him process without trying to fix or analyze everything. That night, David realized he didn't just want Margaret for the good times, he wanted her for life's inevitable storms. Her emotional stability didn't just comfort him, it made him feel safe enough to be vulnerable, to be real, to be human. This is what kindness really means in a mature relationship. Creating a safe space where both people can be authentic without fear of judgment or punishment. When you master this, when you become the woman who brings peace instead of chaos, you become irreplaceable. Share this with a friend who needs to hear this truth, because kindness is a gift we all deserve to give and receive. But emotional stability and kindness alone aren't enough. There's another quality that instantly sets a woman apart and makes a man think, wife, not just girlfriend.
Number 2, genuine appreciation for who he is. What touches a man even more deeply is when a woman sees and values him, not for his achievements, but for his essence. That kind of appreciation stays with him. Men, especially mature men, carry invisible burdens. They've spent decades trying to prove themselves, to be enough, to meet expectations. They're tired of being valued only for their performance, their bank account, or their ability to fix things. What they crave, deep in their souls, is to be seen and appreciated for their efforts, their character, their heart. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated, William James once observed. And this is especially true for men who have been conditioned to believe their worth comes from what they achieve rather than who they are. When you appreciate a man's character, his kindness to waitstaff, his patience with difficult people, his effort to understand your perspective, even when he disagrees, you touch something sacred in his heart. You make him feel valued as a human being, not just as a provider or protector. This isn't about false flattery or manipulation. It's about training your eyes to see the good in him and having the courage to speak it out loud. When you notice his thoughtfulness, acknowledge it. When you see him trying to grow or improve, celebrate it. When he shows vulnerability or admits a mistake, appreciate his honesty. Sometimes a single sentence can heal something years of silence could not. That's exactly what happened with Florence, a 63-year-old woman I know who discovered this truth quite by accident. She was dating Robert, a recently divorced man who seemed confident on the surface, but was actually struggling with feelings of failure from his marriage ending. One day, after he'd been particularly hard on himself, Florence looked at him and said, "Robert, I see how hard you try. I see how much you care about doing the right thing, even when it's difficult. That matters to me." Robert later told me those simple words moved him more than any expensive gift or grand romantic gesture ever could. For the first time in years, he felt truly seen, not for his mistakes or shortcomings, but for his genuine efforts and good intentions. Most women focus on what they need from a man, but the woman who becomes his future wife focuses on what she sees in him that's worthy of respect and appreciation. She becomes his mirror of the best version of himself. This kind of appreciation doesn't just make him feel good, it makes him want to become even better. It creates a beautiful cycle where your appreciation inspires his growth, and his growth deepens your genuine respect for him. Once a man feels truly appreciated for who he is, the next thing he notices is your ability to inspire him to become even more. Number 3, ability to inspire his best self. Have you ever met someone who made you want to become a better version of yourself just by believing in you? That kind of woman stays in a man's heart. There's a profound difference between a woman who tries to change a man and a woman who inspires him to grow. The first creates resistance and resentment. The second creates devotion and commitment. A man sees marriage potential in the woman who believes in his dreams when he's forgotten them himself, who sees his potential when he's lost sight of it, and who encourages his growth without making him feel inadequate in the present moment. This doesn't mean being his cheerleader for everything he does. It means being his wisest counselor, his most trusted advisor, the one person who can challenge him with love rather than judgment. When he's considering a career change at 65, you're not the voice of fear, saying, "Isn't it too late?" You're the voice of wisdom, asking, "What would make your heart come alive?" When he wants to take on a new hobby, learn a new skill, or pursue a long-delayed passion, you don't see it as taking time away from you. You see it as him becoming more of who he's meant to be, and that makes him more attractive to you, not less. The woman who becomes a man's future wife understands that inspiration isn't about pushing him to be someone he's not. It's about creating an environment where he feels safe to become more of who he already is at his best. You celebrate his victories, support him through his struggles, and love him through his growth process. What's beautiful about this quality is that it's reciprocal. When you inspire his best self, he naturally wants to inspire yours. You create a relationship where both people are growing, evolving, and becoming better versions of themselves because of love, not despite it. This is what separates a mature, lasting relationship from a casual one. Casual relationships are about comfort and pleasure. Marriage-minded relationships are about growth and possibility. When a man sees that being with you makes him a better man, more generous, more patient, more courageous, more alive, he doesn't just want you for now, he wants you for the journey ahead. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person, Mignon McLaughlin once said. And this is possible when both people are committed to inspiring each other's continuous growth and evolution. I want to hear from you in the comments. What's one way someone has inspired you to be your best self? Share your experience. Your story might be exactly what another woman needs to hear today. But inspiration alone isn't enough to make a man choose you as his life partner. There's something else, something that might surprise you.
Number 4. Playfulness and lightness. Walt Disney reminds us, laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. And nowhere is this more important than in creating a relationship a man wants to commit to for life. What truly draws a man closer than anything is a woman who brings joy into the ordinary moments. Not through perfection, but through the lightness that reminds him how good life can feel. Life gets heavy. Responsibilities pile up, health concerns arise, losses accumulate. By the time we reach 60 and beyond, we've all weathered storms that could easily steal our joy. But the woman who maintains her capacity for laughter, who can find humor in life's absurdities, who can be spontaneous and playful, she becomes a rare treasure. My friend, Clara, a vibrant 62-year-old who had been through her share of heartbreak. When she met Thomas, she could have approached dating with all the seriousness of a job interview, analyzing every interaction for compatibility and potential red flags. Instead, she chose to embrace the adventure of it all. On their second date, when Thomas was nervously trying to impress her with an expensive restaurant, Clara playfully suggested they skip dessert and get ice cream from a truck outside. When he worried about looking undignified, she grinned and said, "At our age, dignity is overrated. Fun is underrated." That spontaneous moment
sharing ice cream and laughing like teenagers, showed Thomas a glimpse of what life with Clara could be. Not just comfortable, but genuinely joyful. Playfulness in a mature woman isn't about acting young. It's about staying young at heart. It's about not taking yourself so seriously that you forget to enjoy life. It's about being able to laugh at your own mistakes, find humor in awkward moments, and bring lightness to tense situations. A man doesn't just want a life partner, he wants a life enhancer. He wants the woman who makes ordinary moments memorable, who can turn a simple evening at home into an adventure, who reminds him that despite all of life's challenges, there's still magic to be found. This quality is especially powerful for women over 60, because society often expects us to become more serious, more careful, more reserved as we age. But the woman who defies these expectations, who maintains her sparkle and zest for life, stands out as absolutely captivating.
Your playfulness shows a man that a future with you won't be boring or predictable. It shows him that you're still curious about life, still open to new experiences, still capable of surprise and delight. It makes him imagine growing old with someone who will keep him laughing, keep him engaged, keep him feeling alive. When you bring joy into a man's world, when you remind him how to play again, you become associated in his mind with happiness itself. And that, my dear, is irreplaceable. Of all the qualities we've explored, this next one is the one that stays with a man long after the moment has passed.
Number 5. Self-respect and emotional independence. Nothing captures a man's long-term heart more deeply than a woman who stands strong in her own sense of self. That self-respect and emotional independence, the beautiful confidence that comes from being whole and content on your own, says, "I choose love, not need it." This might seem counterintuitive. Shouldn't you need him to make him feel wanted? Shouldn't you be available whenever he calls to show you care? The answer is a resounding no. Desperation repels, but self-respect magnetizes. A woman who respects herself sets boundaries, not walls, but healthy limits that protect her energy and honor her worth. She doesn't accept less than she deserves because she's afraid of being alone. She doesn't compromise her values to keep a man's attention. She doesn't lose herself trying to become what she thinks he wants. This emotional independence doesn't mean you don't need anyone or that you can't be vulnerable. It means you come to the relationship as a complete person, not as half of a person seeking completion. You have your own interests, your own friends, your own goals. You love deeply, but you don't attach desperately. When a man encounters this quality in a woman, especially a mature woman who has learned these lessons through experience, something profound happens. He realizes he doesn't have her by default or out of her fear of being alone. If he has her, it's because she chooses him day after day from a place of strength and genuine desire. This choice becomes incredibly valuable to him. It makes him want to earn her respect, to be worthy of her choice, to show up as his best self because he knows she won't accept less. The woman who respects herself teaches others how to respect her. Emotional independence also means you don't make him responsible for your happiness. You bring your own joy to the relationship, your own sense of purpose, your own fulfillment. You enhance each other's lives rather than complete them.
This removes pressure from him and makes being with you feel like a gift rather than an obligation. At 60 and beyond, you've had time to discover who you are apart from your roles as wife, mother, or career woman. You've learned what you enjoy, what you value, what you will and won't tolerate. This self-knowledge becomes incredibly attractive to a mature man who is tired of guessing games and emotional manipulation. The most attractive quality a woman can have is self-respect. When you respect yourself, you automatically command respect from others, Maya Angelou wisely observed. When you bring these 5 qualities together, emotional stability and kindness, genuine appreciation, the ability to inspire, playfulness and lightness, and self-respect, you become unforgettable. Not for what you give up of yourself, but for who you authentically are. The right man doesn't just fall in love with these qualities. He sees in them a glimpse of what life could be: peaceful yet exciting, appreciative yet challenging, joyful yet meaningful, connected yet independent.
Let me remind you of these 5 powerful qualities: emotional stability and kindness that creates safety, genuine appreciation that makes him feel truly seen, the ability to inspire his growth without changing him, playfulness that brings joy to his world, and self-respect that makes your love a choice, not a need. Becoming a man's future wife is never about changing yourself to fit his expectations or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about living your fullest, truest self, the woman who has weathered life's storms and emerged with wisdom, grace, and an open heart. The right man doesn't just fall in love with you, he sees a future, a home, and a true partner in you. He sees a woman worth committing to, worth choosing every day, worth building a beautiful life with. The best love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more, that plants a fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds, as Nicholas Sparks wrote. And that's exactly what you become when you embody these qualities. Do you have experiences or wisdom about love after 60 that you'd like to share? Share your thoughts confidently in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for more tips and advice about love and relationships after 60. You can also check out our carefully selected related videos in the description below. Remember, beautiful souls, you are never too old for love, and love is never too late for you. And I'm Vernon. Thanks for watching my video.